And now we're back over down to the transmission. As you can see here, you got your transmission pan right here, which will be the one with like the little vents here, and that helps cool the transmission fluid. So go ahead and look around, check all your areas. Right in this area, this is where your gasket's going to be. If you have anything dripping down in here, you might want to start looking into that further, because you might have a bad gasket and might want to get that replaced so you don't lose any of your transmission fluid. As you can see, looking down mine, I've got no leaks whatsoever, so everything looks good on this one. So we'll go ahead and get down to the linkage here and make sure that's not loose. If it's loose, we'll go ahead and tighten it up, and then we'll be able to throw our oil in and we'll be good. Alright, next we're going to go, this is the driver's side of the transmission, and as you can see right up in here, it's kind of dark. You're going to have 2 bolts in the back, towards the back of the vehicle, that's connected to a linkage that goes right into here at this bolt. Whatever you do, do not do anything with this bolt. All you're going to do is double check and make sure these 2 are tight, because all the people that get stuck in park and stuff, it's because these 2 come off or work their way loose, and then your linkage doesn't have enough tightness and it has slack in it, so therefore you're not able to get that to move, because you're just sliding the cable within the housing there, and it's not going to have enough tightness there to actually pull it out of park, which is actually what this bolt will do. So do not touch this bolt. If you do, you'll actually pop your car out of park and it will roll on you, especially if you have it on ramps like I do. So we're going to go ahead. You're going to take a 10 mil and just put that on that one, and you're going to go ahead and just make sure it's nice and tight. Got it nice and tight. It was a little bit loose, but not too bad. And the back one is an 8 mil. So you're going to go ahead and take your 8 mil wrench, go ahead and tighten that one up too. That one wasn't too bad. That one was pretty tight. Once you do that, you're good. Your linkage is good. Got your linkage nice and tight. So you can go ahead and, if you do that like every oil change, you should never have a problem with it popping out of getting you stuck in park. Our transmission looks good, no leaks there, so we're gonna go ahead and slide out from underneath and fill her up with some oil. Alright, so now we got our filler cap off, got a funnel in place. We'll go ahead and add us about 6 quarts in there. And then we'll start her up, back her off the ramps while we inspect her for some leaks down underneath. Once we get her down off the ramps and we're on a level surface, we'll go ahead and top her off. Once we get it topped off, we can go ahead, double check again, once again for leaks. If we got no leaks, we'll go ahead, pull her back onto the ramps, and we can go ahead and start reinstalling the belly pan. As you can see, I like using a funnel because no mess. If you start dropping some oil down the valve cover there, you're going to end up getting it all over your manifolds, and then you're going to be smelling burnt oil for a couple hundred miles probably. So we'll go ahead, there's 5 quarts right there. And in case you don't got a funnel, this is actually a antifreeze funnel, which actually fits in the oil filler perfect. And it's a little bigger, so you can actually pour your oil in a whole lot faster. So we'll go ahead and we got 5 in there now. Go ahead and add one more. That's about 6 right there. So now I'll go ahead and cap her off. We'll start her up, ease her off the ramps, double check for leaks, and then we'll go ahead and top her up to the dipstick. Alright. Alright, we went ahead and started her. We got her running while we're up on the ramps. So we'll go ahead and double check. We got nothing leaking from the oil filter. The drain plug's good. So we got her sealed up quite nice. So now I'll go ahead and back her up off the ramps. Top her off now that she'll be level. And then I'll pull her back up on the ramps to reinstall the belly pan. And I go ahead and I'm going to do this like this just because this is only my second oil change on the Jag, so I'm going to make double sure that I'm not leaking anything over here again, because I also had that oil leak. So I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, as you can see, we got her nice and level. So now I'll go ahead and pull the dipstick, see where our oil level's at, top her up to the max, and then we'll be all good. We'll go ahead and pull her back up, get the belly pan back on, and we're good to go. Got a nice oil change, double check some stuff underneath, made sure our linkage was tight, and we should be good for another till the next oil change interval. Alright, I went ahead and added about another quart, so we're up to about 7 quarts now. I'll go ahead and pull the dipstick. I actually already wiped it the first time, but you're going to want to wipe it, reinstall it, pull it back out, and as you can see there, I kind of got some bad lighting, but we are right at the max. We're just filling that hole. So once you get it to that max hole, you are all set. You can go ahead and pull her back up on the ramps and reinstall the belly pan, which we'll do next. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and reinstall our belly pan. I haven't really found a real easy way to do this, but basically what I do is I go ahead and put my front part, line it up with my the front part of the belly pan, and I go ahead and just hand tighten these ones in place. So basically I do the 3 in the front here, and I just kind of hand tighten them. I don't tighten them all the way. And then I'll put the 2 in the very back, and then I'll line up my other ones. That's why I hand tighten them first, because then you can maneuver it forward and backwards to get it on your other 4 holes. Once you get everything just hand tightened and at least threaded, then you can go ahead and just start tightening them all down. Alright, once you get all those tightened down, you get your belly pan reinstalled, you're good to go. You can go ahead and drive her down, and you got your oil changed. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do a quick tool breakdown here. Pretty simple. Got a 10 mil. I ended up using a deep socket because those nuts that are on the belly pan, regular 10 mil may not actually get to that, so if you want to go ahead and just use a 10 mil deep well, go ahead and get that out of the way. If you're checking the shift linkage, you're going to need an 8 and a 10 mil regular wrench, and you'll of course need a socket wrench and a 16 mil socket. And that's all the tools that you will need to do an oil change. And just double check everything underneath. So I hope this helps out some people, and I'll try to get some more videos up as I'm doing more work to the car.